Hi, Professor Smith. Do you have a minute?
Of course, James. Come in. What's on your mind?
I've been having a tough time with my English. I can understand almost everything in class and when I watch TV, but when it comes to speaking, I just can't seem to get the words out. It's frustrating. It's like my mind goes blank, even though I know the words when I'm listening or reading.
That's a common challenge, James. Speaking involves not just knowing the language, but also the confidence to use it in real time. Let's talk about a few things you might try to improve your speaking skills.
That would be great. I really want to participate more in class discussions, but I always hesitate.
A good starting point could be to practice speaking without pressure. Have you tried joining any language clubs or discussion groups on campus?
I've thought about it, but I haven't actually joined any.
Joining a club can be a low-stress environment where you can practice at your own pace. Also, try to start small conversations with your classmates. It could just be about classwork initially, or even something simple like plans for the weekend.
I see. I guess I worry too much about making mistakes.
It's perfectly okay to make mistakes, James. That's how learning happens. Remember, your goal is to communicate, not to be perfect. Also, listening to others speak can be a passive learning exercise. Pay attention to phrases and expressions in daily conversations and try to use them.
Well, think I overthink it. I spend too much time trying to get the grammar perfect and figuring out which words to use. It's like my mind is constantly searching for the right rules or the right vocabulary.
That makes sense. Focusing too much on grammar and word choice can slow you down. Speaking is about fluency and comfort. You might not always use perfect grammar, and that's okay. It's important to shift from passive listening and reading to more active speaking practice. What you're experiencing is a common step in language learning, where you need to transition from passive input, like listening and reading, to active input, which involves speaking and using the language dynamically.
I've also tried talking to myself. Is that strange?
Not at all. It's a fantastic way to practice. Imagine a situation, perhaps a dialogue you might have in a coffee shop or at a store, and try to speak it out loud. Describe objects around you, or explain your actions as you go about your day. You could summarize a book you've read or talk about your day.
But how do I know if I'm doing it right?
As you learn, you'll get better at recognizing your own mistakes. Plus, you can always record yourself and compare it with native speakers or bring it to class for feedback. Listening to yourself can be a powerful way to spot areas for improvement.
That's really helpful, thank you. I'll start integrating these methods into my daily routine.
You're welcome, James. Looking forward to hearing about your improvements.